on the next episode of Dared BlackHearts Spooky Club.
You gotta be kidding me. How many more times am I gonna come across the 2025 Cracker Barrel haunted house when I'm out doing these Halloween hunts? Now it's even popped up at a collectibles shop. What is this, like number 5 already?
Tonight at 8 on TV 13.
Well, hello again, ghouls and goblins, and welcome back to the channel. Today's spooky adventure. We've done a lot of big box stores for Halloween lately. So today, we're going to kick it old school. We're going to go to a vintage collectible store that's known for having a lot of retro-inspired Halloween in my area. Now, nothing against big box stores because they've got cool pieces this year. As you saw yesterday, even Dollar General's coming on strong with a vintage-inspired line. But sometimes you just got to get back to basics. You got to get out there and you got to look at the stuff that started it all. We're talking about the original blow molds, all of that stuff that I grew up on and probably so many of you did. So in today's video, that's what I'm going to specifically focus on. We're basically going antique, thrifting, Halloween hunting, whatever you want to call it. Kicking it back to the old days. This could be dangerous for my wallet, because this is the stuff that's near and dear to my black heart. How's it going to look? There's only one way to find out, and that's to join me, if you dare.
I got a black heart, it's a new start. Welcome to the spooky club. I got a black heart, it's a new start. Welcome to the spooky club. Take that! Join the spooky club.
All right, so on this rainy day, let's go look for some vintage Halloween goodies. And as soon as I walk in, this is a good sign already. We've got Michael Myers wearing a Daredevil hat, and it's on top of an M&M's display. It's like 3 Halloween pieces rolled into one. And then we've got the CVS Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown figures. I used to buy these all the time back in the day. I think this is from around 2006. I do have Charlie Brown and Lucy, but maybe I need to grab Snoopy today because, believe it or not, I do not have Snoopy. All right, Ben Cooper alert here. Now, this is the more modern Star Wars Ben Cooper from, I believe, Spirit Halloween a few years ago, but they're asking $15 for this. I believe that's $5 cheaper than what Spirit was selling it for, and I don't even think Spirit sells these anymore, but the box art looks just like the one from the late 70s. I own this already, though, but I do not own this one, the Ben Cooper Mighty Thor Superhero Box Lunch exclusive, also for $15. The box art looks just like it did back in the old Woolworth commercials, and it's really cool. And of course I own this, but here's the Silver Shamrock Trick or Treat Studios Witch Mask. I've got all 3 of them. They're asking $100 for that. And here's the Halloween 3 Toonie Terrors that was at Ross earlier this year, clearanced out for like $10.
We'll return after these messages.
Make Halloween fun with one-stop shopping at Woolworth or Woolco for your Halloween needs. Costumes from $1.83 to $3.99, like $6 Million Man, Bionic Woman, superheroes, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, and a new favorite for girls, Holly Hobby. You can get wrapped candies of every kind, bubblegum, lollipops, fun-size candy bars. Get this Halloween record, Sounds to Make You Shiver, just $1.89. Make Halloween fun and easy. Make just one stop at Woolworth or Woolco.
And you've got to be kidding me. Even in a collectible store, I have come across a 2025 Cracker Barrel haunted house blow mold. They don't have a price on it, but I just asked and they told me that $60. And they also have the Cracker Barrel Witch blow mold and the Abominable Snowman. Unfortunately, I own all 3 of these blow molds, and that's a little mini Cracker Barrel, like spooky Christmas tree ghost blow mold. And we talk about this all the time on the channel, how the McNugget Halloween buddies need to return. And I don't own any of these. These are Funkos, but they do look just like the original Halloween Nugget buddies. I'm digging it. Another Halloween mask style alert. This is just like wall decor, even though they say it's a wearable mask. It's the Weirdos, which was popular with 1950s and 60s pop culture, I believe. And they've got a bobblehead here from Freddy vs. Jason. We never got a part 2 of Freddy vs. Jason. I'm still holding out for Leprechaun versus Chucky. But this one's really cool here. There's Jason, and naturally to go with it, on the back of the box here, you've got Freddy. So you can have them battling it out on your dashboard. Oh man. Fangoria, Halloween 5. I've got this issue, as a matter of fact. These are some of the older issues of Fangoria. Normally I see like the more modern ones or the ones from the 90s. These all seem to be from the 1980s and decently priced. Also, you can get some of these. Oh, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie, one of my all-time favorites. Until next time, try to enjoy the daylight. But yeah, these are priced cheaper than what a new issue of Fangoria would cost you at places like Books A Million or Barnes & Noble. Man, let that sink in. Monsters of Filmland. I see these all the time when I go to conventions. By the way, August is right around the corner. I'll be hitting up the Greenville, North Carolina Horror Con. More details coming in the community post. And they've got this little, I guess it's kind of like a custom cup here. You've got all the horror Halloween icons on it. You've got Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, and Pennywise. And this is from the 1970s, I believe. The Ideal Corporation, Beware the Spider game. I actually own this game. And it would be cooler if I would have found the Doorways to Horror VHS game. But I never see that out in the wild.
Our family had the toughest time making friends. Then we bought Pressman's new video cassette game, Doorways to Horror. Now we have lots of friends, right, Mummy? Doorways to Horror is what you play along with famous Hollywood film monsters. It really takes brains. It's the VCR game you can really sink your teeth into. And they love it too, the little monsters. Pressman's new video cassette game, Doorways to Horror. It's so much fun, it's scary. Also look for Doorways to Adventure.
And I believe these are the black and white pieces put up by Sideshow Collectibles, if I'm not mistaken. I used to have a bunch of these, but I downsized and got rid of a bunch of them. They've got the Phantom of the Opera, the Wolfman, and they've got Dracula. And what's really cool about these is they're in black and white, just like the movies. And then here's the Army of Darkness figure. I remember that movie poster hanging at the local mom and pop's video store back in 1992. Got Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, and these are huge, huge figures. That's why they're like $75 to over $100. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Looks like they've got them all here. The Mummy, of course, these here are not black and white. These are the colorized version. The Mole People, Phantom of the Opera. And then beside the Phantom of the Opera here, we've got the Raven. But look at this. Dark Shadows. Barnabas Collins. You don't see this every day. Let's open this one up and take a look at this, because the other ones you'll still find NECA style pieces at Target, but not Dark Shadows. And this is well over $100, but look how awesome this is. And here's some of the old McFarlane Movie Maniacs. Movie Maniacs have returned, but here's the ones from the early 2000s. You've got Freddy Krueger, Leatherface. I've got a Candyman one like this, and here's another Phantom of the Opera, Lon Chaney. Then what have we got here? We've got The Bride of Frankenstein. Lots of cool horror movie collectibles here. And even Summerween alert. Here's Art the Clown wearing his sunflower glasses plushie. Few Migos also. Here's the Hammer Dracula 8-inch figure. These were at Walmart a few years ago. Speaking of Candyman, here's the Candyman Mego figure and the Fly. And a Kiss NECA Ben Cooper. I actually have 2 of these. I never completed the set, but I'm good enough with the 2 I have. Dee Snider. That's kind of spooky, right? And even more spooky figures. Walking Dead, McFarlane, Kiss. Of course, the Kiss Mego figures are the best, in my opinion. The Walking Dead, I used to love it, but when they did the spin-offs, I just couldn't keep up with all the other shows. Oh, look at this. The Book and Record. You've got Pebbles and Bam Bam there with the Wicked Witch, and the record is still inside. Normally, you don't have the record included anymore. Now, this is giving me Monkey Shines vibes here. The good old creepy musical Jolly Chimp. I actually own one of these. Now, I don't collect Funkos, but it is cool seeing the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror because growing up in the 90s and the 80s, I grew up on the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. And here's King Kong Homer. I think I remember that season where that was featured in the Treehouse of Horror. And then look at this, Garbage Pail Kids J Decay. Who you going to call? There's a Ghostbusters vinyl for $10. That's pretty affordable. And Ghostbusters Kenner action figures, the reissues from a few years ago. I think about 7 years ago these came out. They were at Walmart and Target, as well as the Ghost Popper. Cool pieces. I'm sure they'll reissue them again eventually. And there's the Casper Friendly Ghost game. And Slimer is probably the best one out of all of these real Ghostbusters Kenner action figures, and pretty affordable prices also. They've not really gone up in price yet because they're not a decade old yet. Now, I talk about all the time when my sister did a Gene Simmons DIY Halloween for me in 1989, but I probably had a copy of Circus Magazine on the coffee table also. And it's always cool seeing Kiss for Halloween because that 1989 makeup.
Regis Rock Group wants you to kiss your face. Introducing Kiss Your Face Makeup. Just like the makeup worn by Gene, Paul, Peter, or Ace. Kiss Your Face Makeup has all the equipment you need. Professional makeup, brushes, and cream remover with makeup diagrams so you can look like Gene, look like Paul, look like Peter, or look like Ace. So kiss your face and get your act together. Kiss Your Face Makeup is from Remco.
While it's not technically spooky, I did want to point this out. You don't see these little Mario figurines from 1990 or 1989 every day. I remember these at Toys R Us, and it's ironic that they have the Toys R Us price tags still on them because that's, I think, the only place I remember seeing these at. I remember these being out the same time as the Super Mario Nintendo cereal system that was being sold at supermarkets in early 1990. I did end up with the cereal, and I still have one of the cereal boxes, actually. But there you go. Can't believe that I found another one of these. And even though I was offered a great deal on it, for $60, I think I'm going to have to leave it behind for the next spooky Halloween shopper to enjoy.
Happy Halloween from Channel 13.
All right, guys. So that's going to wrap up this video. What a win. Blow molds, Ben Cooper costumes, Fangoria magazines, spooky collectibles, you name it. I did pick up the Ben Cooper Mighty Thor mask. It's not the original, but it's still a cool piece. And they were asking $15 for it, and I grabbed it for $7. So for that price, I was not going to leave it behind. Because if you follow the channel, you know how much I absolutely love Ben Cooper costumes and masks. And Collegeville also. So, I also love Halloween, Summerween, not so much, but everything in between, including retro and holiday related. So if you're new here and you like this type of content, how about slashing that subscribe button and also turning on that notification bell so you don't miss a moment of the spooky retro fun that I have here on the channel, because I'll be covering it all this spooky season and beyond. And until next time, I'll see you on the dark side.
This is KOVR, Channel 13, Stockton, Sacramento, signing off another day of TV programming. KOVR is owned and operated by KOVR TV Incorporated. Good night from the staff and management of KOVR, Stockton, Sacramento.